Not the best way to wake up. I am fairly congested and I have this cough. It's Christmas Eve 2015 and I'm sick as a dog. So, with that said, there's not going to be much vlogging today. Unless you want to watch me play video games and catch up on some Blu-rays that I have but haven't watched yet. Usually, we go to Christmas Midnight Mass. I don't think I'm up to it tonight. I feel immobile. I find it funny. When I do get like this is the first time in literally 3 years that I've gotten this congested. So now my 3 year run is over. I had a good 3 years of not getting seriously sick or congested, but now today that's over. I have been pushing myself harder these past 6 months, 5 months since late July. Been pushing myself hard physically, going back to training, trying new things with teaching class. I'm gonna end up reflecting on my year so far. Oh boy, it's there. I'm gonna end up reflecting on my year so far during this downtime. I should be back in action, ready for January 2nd when I go back to Pier Beach. And I'm gonna sleep some of this off again, and I'll tell you some of my thoughts in the next frame, unless I'm well enough to do something else. But you can hear it. I'm clogged up. Okay, see you in a bit. Well, it's still Christmas Eve, and I've had a calm day. I was in bed most of the time. Most of the time I got up is just when I went to go to the bathroom. Number one, relieve myself, blow up my nose. Yeah, that kind of a day. Headache, body aches, no fever. They're just congested. I'll take a fever any day compared to to congestion. Because with a fever, I can still sleep. Congestion, oh, so bad. The coughing, because you have to use your diaphragm, I believe, is what helps you cough. It gets sore after a while. Anyway, it's dinner time. Let me show you what I'm munching on right now. Yeah, my weakness, salted pepper chicken wings. I've got lumpia right here. Ready to take a bite. Some pancit, some steak, and some rice. And, I'm Filipino, so of course the lumpia, right? What I wouldn't give for some pho right now. Some pho. I think when I'm well enough to travel again to go out, probably after Christmas, first place I'm gonna go to is a Vietnamese restaurant. I get to get some pho. I have 3 food weaknesses. One is peanut butter.
excuse me. Peanut butter is a weakness for me. Salt and pepper chicken wings, not the healthiest thing. That's why it's usually at parties when I eat it, or a special occasion. I never buy that for myself. Never buy that for myself. And then noodles and soup. Now I know some restaurants put a lot of salt in their soup, but I think the one I go to, Ginger Pho in National City, it's pretty good. It's pretty good, and they give lots of water, so I'm able to flush that out as soon as I'm done. It's good pho. I usually get um, rare steak, and then some other times rare steak with brisket. I am a fan of the brisket cut. I like that. I like how that works. I like how it tastes. It's texture too. So whatever I've been doing in my downtime, I have been reading this book again, and it's gonna sound funny when I say I've read this book for about the 1,000th time. Whenever I'm down or I'm just resting, recuperating, I read this book. It's not very thick. It's actually not very thick, and the pages they're easy to read because this is oops. Oh, you can read that too. There, because this is a book that concentrates on Zen philosophy. It's not something I can easily teach in my classes. One, because mostly I teach kids, and two, to truly, not that I don't try, I do try, but it's mostly because to truly get the message out, you'd have to be someone that hangs around me at least 5 days a week and is around me for 8 hours in the day. It's philosophy. It's about life. There's also another book that I'm trying to finish up. I haven't finished it yet. I bought this book 10 years ago. This one right here. It's not a bad book either. It's I like the book because it does talk about discover the difference between martial art as an art and as a sport. Because right now, most of Taekwondo is Olympic sport. But the Taekwondo I want to teach is going to be self-defense and as an art. As an art. Not just a sport to get points and sport to win competitions. That's not the Taekwondo I want to show. Not the Taekwondo I want to teach. Alright, so what else have I talked about? So the life lessons. Talking about identity, value. A moment in your life is still a moment in your life. It's every moment in your life will shape you into the person you become. Every moment on your path to what you want to become will shape you on that path, especially negative ones too. Just to go through life without thinking that everything can be perfect or everything can be positive is a fantasy. It's a fantasy. It's an ideal. It's a nice ideal, but it's a fantasy. There's going to be ups and downs. Like, for example, my chosen career is to teach martial arts. And there's not a whole lot of money in it. And living with that has, I'm not able to get the things I like. I'll give a small example. I like to collect things. I have a thing for collecting, Surefire. You see that? I have a thing for collecting several tack gear, like so flashlights, folding knives, there's a Swiss Army knife right here. I've also started a small collection which I have shut down now. I'm done with it. G-Shock watches. There you go. I like tech. I have a nice big laptop with i7 Intel martial arts gear. I like to buy things and own things because I used to think that those material items makes me a better person. But guess what? It didn't work. I accumulated so many things that it didn't turn me into the person I thought I was going to become. It didn't work. Trying to have the latest tech, trying to have the nicest looking taekwondo sparring gear and uniforms, it just didn't work. And I realized that really late in my life. I'm 34 now. When did I realize it? A year ago. It took me that long to figure that out. All the money I should have just kept in the bank. I used for collections. I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh! A card game based on a Japanese anime. Card Fight Vanguard, another card game based on Japanese anime. But back to the point. Those are examples of the downs I had. Now I'm more enlightened, and I'm going to I'm a little off topic. I opened up my heart again. Reopened. I reopened my heart. I reopened myself. I reopened my mind. For a while I thought I was an open-minded person, but it was untrue. Not until I truly opened up myself again. And boy, I tell you, it was a roller coaster. If you've ever been to the Tower of Terror in Disneyland, I think California Adventure, if you've ever been on a roller coaster like Six Flags Adventure, on any of those roller coasters, the ups and the downs, whew, it's been an emotional roller coaster that has, I think, see, this is philosophy, not medical science. I think because I've been running hard for these past 5-6 months, I think that's what caused me to just let my guard down. I got sick, and giving me this chance to recover and reflect. But as I live my life more open now, of course negative things that come in. Some emotions that I kept buried inside of me because they were painful. Intense emotions that caused great pain to me. And what does a human being naturally do? We just bury it. It's better to not feel the pain than to deal with it, right? That's the easy way out. I'll finish this up. I'll do a big conclusion tomorrow. Right now I just want to eat. I want to eat, and that should give me some more brain power to conclude this. Yeah, hopefully I get rid of some of this cold too. Okay, until then, Merry Christmas Eve, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.